Your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
Happy Thursday, the 14th day of November, and we got a busy show. Blog Talk with Sydney Sinks at 9:20, 9:30, whatever we're feeling today. Then Loretta Graham joins us from St. John's. They have an event called Death by Chocolate coming down the pipeline this weekend. We're going to get all the details. And then in the 10 o'clock hour at 10:10, we're going to be talking to Deborah Humphrey and the folks from the executive committee of the Partnership for Drug-Free Communities, and we're going to learn all about their initiative, plus their upcoming meet and greet, but we'll get to that here in a couple of minutes. We'll dive right into top of the hour news at 9:03. Here's what you need to know. You can stay up to date in real time by going to RiverBender.com/news or getting our breaking news notifications. We'll take you to Alton first. Bianca Jackson has resigned as chief of staff to Alton Mayor David Goines. The lack of public information surrounding her resignation led to a somewhat tense exchange between Alton Mayor David Goines and Alderman and mayoral candidate Ray Strable at this week's City Council meeting. On Wednesday's agenda was the resignation of, quote, Bianca Jackson from the position of Chief of Staff, end quote. The exchange occurred after Strable questioned why Jackson left the position. City Attorney Tanya Genovese replied that it was a, quote, personnel issue, end quote, the details of which are not to be discussed in a public forum. Strable, who described the circumstances as, quote, suspicious, said he was seeking to clarify the rumors surrounding this resignation. Here's what the 3rd Ward Alderman had to say. I've heard a lot of accusations about why she left. I'm not going to ask about the criminality of anything that might be involved, but what I'm asking you is that you would verify she left on her own terms and that she wasn't forced out. End quote. Mayor Goines replied that she left on her own terms, end quote. Strable then explained that he wouldn't be voting in favor of Jackson's resignation as he hadn't seen Jackson's letter of resignation and didn't feel that he had, quote, all of the details, end quote, necessary. Mayor Goines responded by saying this: those details are not really for any public knowledge or dissemination, so they cannot be discussed here in council. According to our HR department, it's simply a resignation, and that's it. Strable responded by saying, quote, it just seems suspicious that you don't provide the letter of resignation to council, which is fine. You have every right not to. Like I said, I just want to be on the record that I'm not in support of this resignation, end quote. Mayor Goines added, quote, well, I want to be on the record that this resignation was done freely and voluntarily, of her own accord as well, end quote. The two other members of the council spoke highly of Jackson's performance in the role, including Alderwoman of the 4th Ward, Rosetta Brown, and Alderman for the 7th Ward, David Gann. Bianca did a wonderful job in her position, and I really respected her, Brown said. She aided me in a lot of things, and I know I will miss her knowledge, her guidance, and wish her the best of luck. As the newest member of council, Gann echoed Brown's comments, adding Jackson was very helpful as he transitioned into his role, and he appreciates the work she did for the city. The council voted 6-1 to approve Jackson's resignation, with Alderman Strable casting the sole no vote. A full recording of the November 13th Alton City Council meeting is available at the top of the news story that's on RiverBender.com or is available at RiverBender.com/video. Also in the news today, an Alton resident, a 20-year-old, Bryden A. Barnes, has been charged with predatory criminal sexual assault and aggravated criminal sexual abuse involving a 10-year-old victim. The charges stem from incidents that allegedly occurred between January and July of 2023. The victim disclosed the abuse to a medical provider in July of 2024 and did provide further details during an interview with the Madison County Child Advocacy Center. During a police interview, Barnes reportedly admitted to the abuse, claiming he was wrestling with the victim. He is in custody, awaiting his initial court appearance. The charges based on probable cause. Fairview Heights police arrested Jared H. Combs, a 39-year-old fugitive from Missouri, at the Super 8 Hotel on November the 14th. Combs was wanted on multiple felony charges, including sexual assault and kidnapping, was spotted walking his dog. He resisted arrest, fell into a ravine, prompting law enforcement to establish a perimeter and deploy K-9 units along with drones. After an hour of searching, a drone located Combs, who was taken into custody without further incident. Officers recovered 2 firearms during the operation. Police Chief Steve Johnson praised the teamwork and dedication of all agencies involved. Also in the news here in Alton, Thomas Neely has an ambition for Alton, an ambitious vision, proposing the creation of Alton's Haunted Dinner Theater, a unique blend of a restaurant, bar, and live performance space inspired by the Magic Castle in Hollywood. Neely aims to transform the area into a tourist hotspot featuring various acts, including magicians and comedians. With his experience running Freak Show Deluxe, which has gained quite the notoriety in the area, Neely is actively seeking investors to support the venture, promising a 50% return in 5 years of contributions of $1,000 or more. He believes this project will not only entertain locals but drive tourism and boost the local economy. Also in the news today, Craig Lombardi, a lifelong resident of Godfrey, has announced his candidacy for the mayor's role. A dedicated family man with a significant background in community involvement, Lombardi has participated in various local organizations, including the Alton Godfrey Rotary and the North Alton Godfrey Business Council. He has been instrumental in fundraising initiatives for local charities and schools. With 25 years of media experience, he aims to bring a fresh perspective to Godfrey's governance, focusing on sustainable growth and strategic planning to attract young families. Lombardi promises an open-door policy and a commitment to serving the community effectively. Mayoral candidate Lombardi will join us on our daily show tomorrow at 10:10 to discuss his candidacy. And as I say, after all of these news releases regarding candidates, they have all been in some way, shape, or form invited if we've read it on the show. And we'll have more conversations with the candidates, including Mr. Lombardi and others in Godfrey and throughout the Madison County region as we get closer and closer to April 1st, 2025. The Alton River Dragons have announced the signing of 2 players for the upcoming season, including Briar Arview, who's returning for his 3rd season, while the newcomer catcher infielder Matt Carano joins the team. Arview, a CM grad, a redshirted freshman at John A. Logan Community College, has played 51 games over 2 seasons, including 6 doubles and 18 RBIs. Carano, from Parkland College, was recognized as all-conference first team in high school. These signings add to the excitement of the River Dragons as they prepare for a revitalized season starting after Memorial Day in 2025. Edwardsville Community Unit School District Number 7 is moving forward with its secure double-entry construction project as outlined by architect Alex Metzger during a recent Board of Education work session. Here's what we know on this. Over the past year, secure entries have been installed at several elementary and middle schools. This upcoming summer, installations will extend to Edwardsville High School and additional elementary schools. The renovations aim to improve safety with school safety officers stationed at these new entries. The project, estimated to cost $2.69 million, is set to begin on May 27, 2025, following the end of this academic school year. The Illinois Department of Transportation has announced lane closures on northbound US 67 starting today at 7:30 a.m. They are in progress. The closures are necessary for emergency bridge deck patching on Clark Bridge, with the right lane closed during this time. The work is expected to be completed by 3:30 tomorrow. Motorists should anticipate delays and are encouraged to allow for extra time on their journeys. IDOT advises considering alternate routes to avoid the work zone. Drivers urged to remain vigilant, comply with the changing conditions and posted signs, and avoid distractions like using your cell phone when approaching and traveling through the work zone. For more information, gettingaroundillinois.com. Attorney General Kwame Raoul has charged a 43-year-old man, Kyle A. Bradbury of Pocahontas, Illinois, with 10 counts of possessing child pornography, each a Class 1 felony carrying up to 15 years in prison. Additionally, he does face charges for unlawful possession of weapon and failure to register as a sex offender. This case follows a search of Bradbury's residence on the 7th of November, where evidence of child sexual abuse material was discovered. Raoul emphasized the importance of holding offenders accountable to support survivors' healing. The Illinois Internet Crimes Against Children's Task Force continues to combat child exploitation across the state of Illinois. Just a few days ago, the city of Edwardsville held their annual Veterans Day Parade, honoring military veterans with a vibrant procession through the city. The parade began on Main Street, winding through various streets before concluding at Lincoln School. Doug Thompson, commander of the Edwardsville American Legion, expressed gratitude for the community's strong turnout and support, noting that this year's event featured the most entries in recent memory. How cool. The parade is organized by the Rotary Club, offered free food, and highlighted local efforts to honor veterans, including a Jeep crew transporting veterans during the event. Community collaboration was a key to the day's success. That's a look at what's happening around the Riverbend. Let's take a look at your weather, shall we? 9:14, little bit of change. It's 50 degrees out there, but man, it feels like 30. It's cold. Today, spotty drizzle this morning, otherwise it will dry out and be cloudy and breezy, and tonight partly cloudy. Air quality is currently at 33, which is good. Grass's levels are low, but the mold is just very high. 14.9, 5.5 is the mold count. So if you're having some allergy issues or your head's hurting like mine is, man, I woke up, didn't know where I was. I felt like I had been like partying for 4 days, you know? Man, that might be why. Ragweed low, tree levels are low, the UV index is low as well. Here's what the next 5 days look like for us. On Friday, a high of 58 is what awaits us as we wrap up this week. A low of 42 is what will take us into Saturday. On Saturday, the 16th of November, a high of 63, a low of 48 degrees. On Sunday, a high of 65, a low of 52, and on Monday, we are predicting more rain here at our weather desk. A 70% chance of rain, a high of 64, a low of 55 degrees. That's a look at the next 4 days, and here's what's happening today. Temperatures reach today on Thursday, a high of 55, a low of 40. And right now, as it sits at 9:16, it's 50 degrees. It feels like 47, humidity at 90%, and the dew point's 47 degrees as well. The sun will set at 4:47, so if you're like me and you have to get all your work done before the sun sets, otherwise you're unproductive, there you go. 4:47 is when the workday for all of you sun punchers is what I'm going to call that, because you punch in when the sun's up and when it's down. That's what I do. You got until 4:47. For time and temperature throughout the day, you can always stay up to date in real time all the time by going to RiverBender.com/weather. You can also call that area landmark phone number that really is just one of my favorite parts of being here at Riverbender, and that's the time and temp line, 618-465-4545. This time, powered by Tom Lane. He's your local State Farm agent. Hey, honestly, it's really cool that we can talk about so many great partners here on this show, like, Village Dispensary. I think it's such a great thing. Right now, currently until Thanksgiving, they're having this really cool canned food drive, non-perishable drive, and I think it's a really great thing just to kind of highlight and talk about. Yeah, you hear me talk about their products and make Snoop Dogg jealous and all of my, I call it this CJ's best hits, like one of those CDs you would have gotten at Cracker Barrel after your meal, like the best hit to Charlie Pride was always there. It's kind of like what I always say, it makes Snoop Dogg jealous. They have all these products and they're great and yada yada. But what really is unmatched is their community involvement as a dispensary, because there are some that are kind of having that corporate vibe that kind of look militarized and don't really look as welcoming and as friendly. But Village really lives by their name. They're part of the Village, man. They're really about being a part of the community. They're about really being out there and making sure that they can, just kind of put another notch into our day, whether it's through their products or whether it's through their events that kind of bring us together. Since they've opened, they've had a couple of outdoor events like their grand opening and their fall market that really did such a great job with local vendors and local artisans and then local performers. It was really fun. And now to add on to this with this canned food drive, I think it showcases truly, Village Dispensary's commitment to community. And that's really what I think Village is all about and why I love talking about them so much. They're a great sponsor of this show too, and they're all about supporting local and being there for each and every one of us. Village Dispensary is locally owned, it's union built, it's all about quality, and that's why I highly encourage you, if you haven't gone yet, maybe you've gone to a couple of dispensaries, they weren't for you, so you're still going to use your, the same guy that you were probably, buying from in high school, let's just be honest. I highly encourage you to check out Village. It's a 10-time different experience than you've ever been to before. What the team's done over there seriously is incredible. If you know what you're getting, they'll get you in and out faster than you can say up and smoke. And if you need time, they got that consultation area. You can take as much time as you need. You can ask as many questions as you want, and they'll make sure that everybody has an elevated experience once they walk in the door. At Village Dispensary, every day special, and at 9:19, when you go in and place your order today and go pick up your Aero Pod, don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over their way, because it's a joint effort. Hey, why don't we do this? We're going to talk to Sydney here in a couple of minutes. I always like talking to Sydney because it's kind of like my therapy session of the week, and then we talk about her blog, so that'll be fun. She'll be joining us coming down here into the studio, and then we're going to be talking to Loretta Graham this hour, and then at 10:10, we're going to be talking to Deborah, and we're going to learn more about the drug-free partner community. So we'll do this. Let's take a look at downtown Alton at 9:20. We'll come back and have some more fun on this Thursday. Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh-made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Then that time I went and said goodbye. Now I'm back and not ashamed to cry. Ooh, baby, here I am, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Here I am, baby. Oh, you got me feeling shaky.
Yeah, busy season's over for me. You guys got to keep working. You know, that's what's fun, because like when the events start to die down and all the, you know, the broadcasting calendar starts to slow down, you guys still got to keep on rocking and rolling.
Well, and that's what we say every time. It's a good sign that exciting things are happening in the community. So
I want to brag before I start Blog Talk.
Let's hear it.
Have you noticed that the sound on the show is like 10 times better live now?
It's really good.
Thank you very much. I worked very hard on it.
I'm
Just
very
saying.
impressed.
I really feel good about this.
Good. You should. No, the whole show is really like, it's really
We're
a
getting
vibe.
it. Well, here's the vibe. I just told John, were you at the lunch table when I said this?
I don't know.
When I told John, he's gone today, he's flying, but you know, so we got to be on our best behavior,
Absolutely.
so that way he can trust us again to leave. But I told him, I said, I'm going to go start wearing. I think I'm going to start wearing my election night attire. I'm going to start doing navy blue and I think I don't want to do gray jackets. I'm going to go pick out a couple, but I just don't want to do like gray. I don't want to just keep it navy blue either. You know, because have you ever noticed that all the news hosts, like all the guys, always wear navy blue, and it looks just like kind of redundant?
I guess you're kind of right. I've never thought about it before, because I think a navy blue jacket looks really sharp. But
well, I mean, yeah, but I wear it all the like everyone has seen me in a version of a navy blue jacket in the last 6 months.
That's
you know,
fair. Okay.
And it's like maybe that way I'm not like a Family Guy character. Like every day they're out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they never change clothes.
What about like a classic snappy black outfit?
No,
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 not for you.
Do you know how pale I am to begin with?
That's fair.
So
enough.
I got to figure it out in the next couple of days. But I'm going. I figured out I'm only going to wear sweatshirts one day a week.
Nice.
Fridays are going to be my my dress down day.
yeah.
My dress down day and sweatpants.
That's
but
the
the
day
rest.
I usually wear jeans, so I get
Do
it.
you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. There you go. I
There
didn't
we go.
realize that.
Yeah, I
We're
have a
learning
whole
something
system.
new about everybody today. But and then I'm going to do a sport coat, but I'm not going to do dress because it's not the 50s. We don't need to do dress pants no more. But
That's
just
fair.
like like khakis or something.
Good for you. That's
know.
very fancy. Well,
You know,
I look forward to seeing it all come
Starting to
together.
spruce up the show. What I'm doing is I'm just going to be honest with all of you. You guys have heard about my push. I've been trying for a while to get out of the basement. I think we're
Yes.
getting close.
I
So
think
I
you
feel
are.
like the more that I dress the part, the better camera quality is going to look here in the next couple of
Absolutely.
months. So I'm doing this for all of us here. I'm sacrificing. I'm going to go sweatshirt one day a week.
Good for you. Well, I'm very impressed. I look forward to seeing it. That's one better than I could do. 'cause,
Well, they
yeah.
were going to honor me for my sacrifice, actually. They
Yeah.
were going to give me like some award or something. It was amazing.
All hardcore,
I didn't want
yeah.
it, though.
Oh, you're just humble. So
Yeah.
good for you.
You know, I'm humble but not a writer, and that's what you are. Surrounded by calm, cool, and collected women. Found myself decidedly not cool, calm, or collected.
Yes, that's
Really?
the truth. So, no, I went recently. Last week, I went to the women's conference hosted by the Troy Maryville and St. Jacob and Marine Chamber of Commerce.
Say that
which is
5
a
times.
mouthful.
So that was what I kept saying during the live event. I was like, welcome back to the Troy Maryville Marine St. Jacobs Chamber of Commerce's 40th anniversary celebration. And I was like, oh my goodness. Like, where's the space here?
Yeah,
You know?
for real, yeah. No, they do some great work, but they hosted a women's conference, which was so cool. And so I got the opportunity to go at Edison's at their outlet center in Edwardsville.
Oh, is that where it was?
Yeah, it was really interesting.
Cool.
I've never been to like the outlet center before. So the games were all there and they were all turned off. It was very fascinating. That's beside the point.
Is the outlet center different than the actual Edison's?
It's like off to the side, but you can still we still walked through like the arcade games and stuff like that. So it was really interesting to see like all.
So when you
everything
were
all
done,
shut
you
down.
could still play.
You could. We
Okay.
should have. We
Okay.
didn't, but we should have.
Missed opportunity.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. So, Don, come on. But no, it was a great experience. I got the opportunity to learn from a lot of like really cool, badass women. So that was awesome. But sorry.
No, you're fine. I've never seen you this passionate about this before. That's
it was
cool.
fun. It was fun. So it was a good opportunity. But yeah, I was decidedly not calm, cool, and collected, unlike my counterparts who were very calm, cool, and collected.
Do you think that was a wake-up call for it? Have you considered yourself before a calm, cool, and collected individual?
No, never. I am not
really?
a calm, cool, and collected individual.
I feel like you don't give yourself credit because you do put off a very calm and collected vibe.
Do I really?
Yeah, oh
That's
my God.
fascinating.
Have you seen me talk at lunch? Well, I talk like a manic. I mean, I am like,
No,
oh
you have
my
interesting
God.
things to say.
If honestly, the real show is lunch, you know?
Well, that's true. That's true.
You are as calm, cool, and collected as anybody at that lunch table, regardless of the day of the week.
Well, thank you, because that is news to me.
And how much crazy stuff I say, I mean, it's just amazing. So were you nervous heading into this?
I think I was a little bit, just because here I was surrounded by, and this is one of even the breakout sessions during this was imposter syndrome. So this is like a prime example of imposter syndrome that I was experiencing.
You're talking to a media host, so I get it. You know?
Right. I fit right in. But no, I was nervous heading into it just because like here were all these executives and business owners and et cetera. And it was like me at the beginning of my career, you know, I just felt kind of nervous about the whole situation. But going in, everyone was not only very welcoming, but also very eager to like be mentors in some ways too. So it was very interesting to talk to people and kind of have that experience and meet and network and realize that like everybody started in their career in some way, right? So we got on the other end, and so it was actually a really good day all around.
She ignores us most of the time at lunch anyway. That's what I meant about the calm and collectedness, you know? The fact that you're a wall is just amazing. You know? But
Thanks, Mike.
But what I think's really cool about that though is because you're right, those things can go one or two ways.
Yeah.
And they really could. You can go in there and be miserable because, you know, you're considering in the hierarchy of where maybe they're at in their, career,
Right.
or whatever industry, you maybe feel like you're at the bottom of the pole there and you're climbing up.
Absolutely.
But if they're individuals there, they're actually willing to talk with anybody and just kind of be the community.
Yeah.
And not the keynote.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Where like, they have this kind of different atmosphere. It's like, I just want to tell you about how great of a success story I am and not really listen to you. And it seems like this wasn't the case and you really had a great opportunity to kind of just learn a little bit and get to know some people.
Yeah, no, that's a great way of describing it. It was a great chance to learn from some people who I admire deeply, who turned out to
really
be
cool.
really interesting and have some really interesting things to say. So it was a great experience all around.
So how did it break down?
So it started with a panel about working in a male-dominated industry. And so journalism is male-dominated, which was interesting to sit in and listen about this kind of thing. And so just hearing some advice from women who talk about, being taken seriously in their field and how to, work and feel empowered and that kind of thing was really interesting. So that was the beginning. And then we went into breakout sessions. And so I went to a session about emotional intelligence and then self-empowerment and imposter syndrome. And that was
Were there more
fascinating,
than
too.
that offered there?
There were a few, yeah.
Oh,
It was
wow.
really cool. There was a lot going on.
See, that's where I applaud you because right after that, seriously, I don't do breakout sessions.
Really?
I don't like talking to strangers about
That's
things
fair.
that are personal. Like I really don't. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've always been one of those weird people
Yeah.
that I just like the breakout things not for me. So it's really cool that you can do that, because it's hard to kind of put yourself out there when you don't know the people that you're,
Yeah, no,
conversing with.
absolutely. And you would have hated this, but no, that being said, in one of the sessions, it was the host woman, I don't know how to describe it, the one leading the session.
Yeah.
It was her and one other person and me. Excuse me. So the three of us, it was very intimate. And so we were just talking about empowerment and self-empowerment and your own definition of power, which was fascinating. But it was very nerve-wracking in some ways because it was me and two other people. So two other people who were experts in their field. And I felt, again, imposter syndrome. I was like, wow, I definitely...
Yeah, I wouldn't have liked that.
Yeah, no.
Not with two people.
It was intense for sure. But it was interesting.
But it's good, though, that did you gain anything from it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I learned a lot about just, not only, the breakout sessions of empowerment and imposter syndrome and emotional intelligence and learning those topics, but also I just learned a lot about like holding yourself in a professional setting and like networking and that kind of thing too, because this was a great example. It's kind of thrown in just to learn how to do that. And
well,
to be a
what I've
professional.
noticed, honestly, Cindy, is the fact that the people that really get on the fast track in their respective field, and I've done a couple of different things now and been able to see it. It's the ones that have the confidence to talk to the people that are at that level. Like if you walk in, and I had the worst problem when I was over across the river, because I'd never been around honestly real people, like real media legends. I mean, they are over there, and that's why they are. So you walk over there, and for years I was just kind of like shy, like kind of just baby, and I didn't want to go near anybody or talk to them because I'm like, they have too much to do, and look at these people that were on Channel 5, and why are they talking to me? I have no experience.
So real.
The imposter syndrome was strong. But, that's why it never really got anywhere. I was, it took me a longer time. And then you just got to be able to be confident and not being able to say that you're better than them, but just being able to hold your space with them.
Hold your own and stand up straight. And that actually reminds me, I had, when I was 18, I was in a situation where there was a debate between his running mate and Rodney Davis. Where's there? Am I getting that name right?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. It's been so long now, I'm hesitant to say the wrong thing. But no, he was there, and the chance to interview him came up. And there were a bunch of media people around me, like hardcore I was a student journalist. These were like professional media people who have been doing this for a career for a long time. And I was standing kind of on the outskirts, kind of hesitant to jump in. And there was a woman there who with the local news channel, and she looked at me and she said, "Come in." And
That's
so
cool.
Little things like that. And I still remember that. And I still remember that woman doing that. And I remember feeling so thankful. And also for the first time, like I could actually do it. And I asked him questions. And I had this great experience of getting to interview a politician. So, it kind of goes back around to just like, not only feeling confident and letting yourself do these things, but also like helping other people out. I think I'll always try to be like a helpful person now because of that woman. Because she showed me just the difference that you can make. It was a cool story, yeah.
That's really cool. What I'm thinking about doing now that you brought up Rodney is the fact that like once you interview someone like that, you should keep a tally. Like, did your journalist career last longer than their That'd be kind of funny.
I have
he
picture.
was here for a long time.
He was.
It was like he was in for office forever.
Yeah, he was.
Let's do this.
Time.
We'll come back and talk more about this. This is good. This is our best blog talk because I'm not really whining and yammering on this one. We're learning a lot about Sydney today. How this is the way it should be.
No,
I hope
like
the boss is watching. I hope he's watching today. This is second floor material right here.
One of these days, CJ. One of these days.
And it ain't going to be to the moon. It'll be to the Dragonfly room.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready? Future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
I've got a song, I ain't got no melody. I'm gonna sing it to my friends when I go round in circles.
Almost took that microphone down. 9:38, welcome back. Loretta Graham going to join us here in a second. We're talking about her church today. Speaking of women empowering women, she's a real, she was telling me the other day that she was, she didn't tell me, I saw it, she was quoted on The Big Fox.
Good for her.
And they were, I thought it was really cool. And we had such a great conversation. What a smart lady, And it was kind of nice because I had just kind of gotten done with work and I decided, I just clocked out, but was in my office. I said, I'll call Loretta. And normally, if it's a phone call, I'll clock right back in just so I can get my time. And I feel like that was enough. I felt like I got paid enough. I felt like I should have, given her money.
She's so interesting.
It's
she's
incredible.
So cool and so interesting. And the Girl Scouts too. Like I was briefly a Girl Scout, and
were you a good one?
No, I was a brownie. I was not that good at it. But
what the hell does that mean?
Exactly. I don't know. But I was very
I'll have to
brief.
Ask Loretta.
Yeah,
I'm
get
tell
back
her that
to
you
her.
were a terrible Girl Scout.
I was a brownie. But that being said,
you should apologize on the air.
I'm sorry, Loretta. That being said, what a cool organization the Girl Scouts are, though. Like they do such cool things. So I think that's a great situation.
So how long was this? They are. I mean, and I can't wait to talk to her. But getting back to how long was this conference?
This women's conference. It was from 8 to 3, so it was kind of you
had a full day of work.
It was a full day. It was a good day. It was a day of just learning and, like I said, networking and just learning how to there's really benefits of just being in professional situations where you're kind of uncomfortable, honestly, because you learn a lot about just how to carry yourself. So it was really helpful in a lot of ways. Yeah.
Well, and honestly, especially in your case too, because you're, at the lunch table, with the exception of Emily, it's normally just the guys around you. And so to have a day where you can kind of go up there and really talk and just kind of maybe about things that, are going to help you in your field or, a little bit more about what you're, kind of looking at that as a woman in the field is really good for you.
Yeah, it was really
good.
interesting. It was a great experience to get to do that. And again, getting to learn from some powerful women was awesome. So it was a great experience.
Okay, so I may not be calm, cool, and collected, but this is like a presidential speech.
Thank you.
But I am confident, empowered, and focused, and I'm proud of that.
I try to be anyway. So we work on being focused and empowered and confident and all those things.
So going back to what I said earlier, it's a full circle thing, because
Yeah.
I said at the lunch table, you exude a calm, cool, and collectedness. So that would come out as
I'm still shocked by that.
But no,
thank you.
it ties in, because you said, but you do identify as confident, empowered, and focused.
We're working on it.
That would kind of be why I perceive you as calm, cool, and collected.
Well, thank you. No, we're working on it.
See what I did there?
I appreciate
I'm like,
that.
I didn't even take a philosophy class in college. That's how this brain works.
Quick side note: I did take a philosophy class in college, which was
God
interesting.
love you.
Yeah, it was interesting. I was basically paying to have like an existential crisis every day.
I was about to say.
But one of the really quick side story. But one of these days we were learning about existentialism, which the idea that nothing really matters except that which you give meaning. And so anyway, there was a paper shredder, and he said, write down the things that in your life you are stressed out about right now, and then this paper shredder will shred it, and that is symbolic of you letting it go or whatever. So somebody wrote down fear of disappointment or disappointing everybody, and he went to shred it in the paper shredder, and the paper shredder wouldn't work. So the lesson we learned is that one never goes away.
Yeah. Well, here's my lesson for your teacher.
Yeah.
Put my credit card bills in your paper
there we
shredder, buddy.
go.
Let's see if they go away. That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the crisis that kid was in after that paper shredder?
Literally, just much to think about. Yeah, much to think about. That's a complete. I don't know why I brought that up.
Yeah, it's okay, because I'll be now that you're sharing something from one of your weird college. I took non-Western music.
Oh, that's interesting.
So let me tell you something. I was the worst first time around college student there was, because I had the business going and
you were busy.
Well, yes, but I was also very egotistical and in a bad. This was pre-radio CJ,
Yeah,
so this
right.
was partying nonstop. This was not good. This was awful. And so anyway, I was the only one that I know to this day that failed non-Western music.
You know what? And it's fine.
But no, it's not fine. No. It's not fine. Okay, so what was amazing is the fact that I remember the most from college. I remember actually from that class because of the guy that Jet Airliner by the Steve Miller Band. It was actually written by some Tibetan throat singer. So I remember that from a documentary.
Yeah.
So that's my trivial note from college.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
Totally worth the price.
One of the best things about growing up is realizing things like that happen and it doesn't matter anymore. It's like, this doesn't matter anymore. This is fine, and that's part of, I think, being.
But what am I gonna do when my kid fails a class or comes home with missing homework and then watches this and goes, "Don't even talk to me."
Yeah, you just
failed non-Western music.
You just told on yourself.
It wasn't because it was an easy class. The way it was instructed. This is where I got to clarify. It was tough. Some of the stuff was really kind of hard to understand. But it was taught in a way to where as long as you participated and got better, you did fine.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like you had to, as long as you were actively trying. I was an inactive trier.
That's okay. And you know what? You did kind of tell on yourself there. So to your future kids, good for you guys if you're listening. You win this one. But
Mr. Hussey, to this day, I still feel terrible. I was the worst student. I didn't even try.
It's okay. We all
I deserved
have a class like that.
I deserved it. No, all of them. It wasn't just one. I mean, it was a rough first time around. The first tour of duty was not a good one for CJ at
And
Lewis
now
and Clark.
look at you. Look, here you are. So, it doesn't matter at all. It's the fun part about that. It's
I think that's debatable on who you ask. The here you are part. No, we're doing great. I'm excited. So did I tell you we're starting a new campaign for marketing and all that for the show?
No, let's hear it.
We're going to get 15 one-year sponsors.
Oh.
So we're going to have 15 true partners, and then that way you and I can actually go have fun, and I don't have to sit here and keep finding all this stuff, because I want to do vlogs and do all this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we figured out that we can't until we, get everything where we need, because we're doing well. The show's more than doing well, but it's just I needed it to get to that next level so I can have some breathing room to say.
Absolutely.
this is taken care of, so I can go and we can go to like the Museum of Illusions for a half a day and film.
I can't wait.
That's
I'm
part of it too, but
yeah.
also to help like small businesses and stuff do a little bit more.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of benefits to what you're doing. So no, that's really cool, and it sounds
What are
like
you
it's going to
working
be
on?
an exciting year.
What are you
what am
working
I
on
working
this
on? All kinds of things. So I'm going on a tour today of the Wedge Center, so that'll be interesting.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting.
Is Dan going with you? Going by yourself?
Going by myself, so that'll be fun, and see what's going on there. And our friend Stephanie from Challenge Unlimited invited me to a ribbon cutting
She's
today.
coming on the show tomorrow.
Oh, perfect.
Well, you know why?
Why?
Did she tell you?
No, let's
She
hear it.
missed her damn appointment with me on the show
no.
on Tuesday. Yeah, but actually it was my fault. I
happens.
gave her all this crap, because
Yeah.
you know how I am. I'll call you right after you miss, and so I said, hey, what are you doing? Well, I come to find out because she is really good about like sending me calendar invites.
Right.
It was me. I didn't send her a calendar invite from 2 weeks ago when
it's fine.
we talked
It
on the
happens.
phone and I said, oh yeah, I got you locked in, but I never sent the invite for you. So it was my fault.
It happens, though. It happens. But what are you gonna do? But I'm gonna go see her today, so I look forward to that. Ribbon cutting going on at their new house, so I look forward to that too. So lots of exciting things happening in the community, and it's definitely some of the chaos has calmed down a little bit from the last few weeks, but it still is busy, and that's an exciting time for our community. A lot going on, so we'll see what happens.
Huh. What's your blog about next week?
I don't know. I wish I knew. If only I knew the answer to those questions. But here we are, and I learn every day.
We're going to take a break. Sydney, it was great talking to you, but I think my workday just got a nice wrench thrown into it. So why don't we do this? I'll take a break. We'll come back with Loretta Graham. And we'll come back. Yeah, because there's going to be a little bit more happening today. Yeah.
Okay.
Man, this got a little bit more busy.
All right. You got a lot of exciting things going on.
Yes. Okay. Wow. Okay. Here we go. After this.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready? Future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, Free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Welcome back. 9:50, a little bit of change. Loretta, good morning.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, doing good. Death by chocolate.
Yes.
So I was thinking, since we talked yesterday, we talked about death by chocolate in February, did we not?
We talked about death by chocolate when I was here before. Yes, I want to say it was maybe July or
Maybe
February.
July, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
How'd it go?
We didn't do a Death by Chocolate then. We did a music theater.
Oh, that's right.
It was
okay,
a music theater.
that's what I was trying to run. I'm like, what was the event? So how did the music theater go?
Oh, it was a wonderful success. It exceeded expectations. Yes, so it was a great event.
Really cool. And now Death by Chocolate is coming up for the first time this year.
First time, Death by Chocolate. It's what a way to go, CJ. If you're gonna go, what a way to go.
That's true. There are multiple ways that you could go that would be worse.
Yes.
Eating a granola bar would be one of them, you know?
Yes.
So how's life at St. John's before we talk about the event?
St. John's is doing a wonderful, wonderful job. We are the church that is in the heart of the community, with the community at heart. And that is what Death by Chocolate is all about. It is area chefs from Madison, from Collinsville, all the way from Greenville. We are going to have a wonderful time with chefs battling chocolate.
So this is really cool. So how does this break down? How does it work?
Well, the chefs will come in and they will bring their desserts, and then they'll be voted on. We also will have judges there to vote on
who lucky to be the judge.
Best. We got some judges that are coming, and I really don't want to say their name because I don't want to give it away right now. But we have some judges that are coming, and they're going to be judging. But also the individuals. We're looking at about 200 people to come to this event.
Oh, wow.
So the individuals that is going to be at this event will be tasting the chocolate as well. And there will be a People's Choice Award that the People's Choice, whatever that award is, whatever restaurants get that will get an award. There will be a ladies' favorite and a men's favorite. All of these, the people will be voting on. But then we have some other categories. CJ is the most unique flavor, the sweet sensation, the ganache and smoothie and silky, and the most worth the calories. Now, wow.
The most worth the calories.
The most worth the calories. These are all categories in which we will be, the judges will be voting. But the people, the individuals that is going to be there, is going to be voting on the men's favorite and the ladies' favorite. And of course, the big prize of all, and that is the People's Choice.
This is incredible. And, you know, this is so cool. And how is there a certain set of guidelines that the creators of the chocolate have to follow? Like, is there any set rules?
Yes, there is. You know, we ask them to bring inch by inch pieces of chocolate. And they will be, the individuals that come to participate in the event, or that paid for the event, will be tasting those. And we gave them specific instructions not to bring a serving size, but a small size, because there's going to be a lot of chocolate there. And I really don't want a death by chocolate, right?
Right, that's true. We do want people to live through this.
So we asked them to bring their own creation that they're going to auction off. We're going to auction off just one big creation that they bring. And we ask that they bring all of their stuff that they need, whether it's something that they need to cook with or whatever. But we ask that they bring all of that with them when they come. So we have a lot of restaurants. And I just want to say, CJ, this event would not be a success if it was not for the restaurants that are involved.
And how many are involved?
We have 8 involved right now.
So that is 800 mini pieces or inch pieces of chocolate.
Yes, and probably more than that.
Yeah, no kidding.
So yes, it's going to be this Saturday. Is something you don't want to miss. If you don't have tickets, just go to our website and you can get those tickets from there. It's an event that you're just not going to want to miss.
Well, and now too, the restaurants, are they all throughout the Riverbend region and the Metro East?
Yes, we have restaurants in Madison. J. Lorenz Catering out of Madison is going to be coming. We have Crudas out of Collinsville. Porters out of Collinsville, Uptown Scoops out of Collinsville, and Verona out of Collinsville. We also have Maggie's Bakery out of Greenville.
Oh, wow.
And yes, we're still waiting for confirmation, but Just My Desserts right here, CJ in Alton, Illinois.
That'll be great. That's a landmark right there.
So,
well, this is what I think's great. I mean, tickets are just $20 if they buy them now, correct?
Right.
Now, and if you don't get them now and you want to maybe you have something going on Saturday and don't know if you'll make it in time, but you get tickets at the door.
You can get tickets at the door.
For $25. This is incredible. Have you seen how much chocolate is at the store? You're going to get more than that, over
chocolate and wine, and it goes chocolate goes really well with red wine, so we'll have that as well.
Yeah. And now the live auction of these entrees. Fill me in on how this works.
Well, they'll bring a dessert for the judges to look at because the judges have guidelines that they have to follow to decide on which is the best dessert, and they'll have those. And then when the judges are done with those, then we're going to auction them off to the people that are there. So we'll say we'll have an auctioneer there, and they'll auction them off.
That's awesome.
And with a lot of other things that we are going to be auctioning off. So this is this is going to support Death by Chocolate is going to support 3 ministries at our church. And we're looking at our youth ministry, that the funds will be supporting the youth ministry. The funds will also be supporting our music and worship ministry, and it will also be supporting our multi-generational ministry as well.
Really cool.
These are all ministries that are needed in the Collinsville area, and we are, like I said, we are the church in the heart of the community with the community at heart. And as you can see, many people in the community is helping making this event a success.
And it's good to know, what powers the success of St. John's too. I mean, what powers your service to the community is the community in return supporting you guys through events like this. Because, I mean, we've talked before about all the wonderful programs you guys have and all the great things that you support throughout not only the Collinsville area specifically, but just throughout the region too.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, we are always here, and all are welcome. No matter who you are, where you came from, what you look like, what's your background, all are welcome. All are welcome.
100%. You got a moment to stick around?
I do.
We're going to take a break for top of the hour here, but we'll come back with more of our conversation. Death by Chocolate is Saturday, November the 16th, 7 to 9 p.m. at Faith Hall at St. John's. That's 307 West Clay Street in Collinsville. For more information, you can find it online at stjohnucc-collinsville.org. We'll be right back after this.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Linux system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
I I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was going to make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nicello on RiverBender.com.
Times I feel like Jesse James, still trying to make a name, knowing nothing's gonna change what I am. I was a young troubadour when I wrote in on a song, and I'll be an old troubadour when I'm gone.
We'll find out after this. It's like, Dr. Phil, we'll be right back. That's what I did earlier. I got that email. I'm like, we'll be right back. We're going to take a break here and figure this out. But we'll see what happens. Loretta, I think St. John sets the tone for so much when it comes to how a church should act as a community partner. Because you guys don't care about denomination, really, or what that individual's moral beliefs are, or why they are where they're at in life, whatever, if it, for the best or for the worst,
Absolutely.
And I think that as a church, sometimes we forget, and, I'm part of the church too, but we forget that our mission, and sometimes we forget that it's not just our lane, it's a world that we got to help too. And I think it's really cool that you guys do this to where it's all walks of life, all backgrounds. It's not a denominational thing. It's not a where you're at thing. It's just literally your mission.
And that is the mission of St. John's, is to every day we try to live that mission to the fullest. Our church is always open. We have homework hoops and helps that helps children all the time. Our youth ministry is truly, truly amazing. And you won't go wrong in supporting this, because, again, we're going to be looking at supporting our youth, who is going to change our world if they are raised in the right way. They're going to change our world in a great way.
I 100% agree with you. And, with that being said, too, you were talking to me a little bit about this fund. And let's talk a little bit more about that, because we have I think it's just a Thursday, because everyone's running like 5 minutes late today. So we can talk for a little bit longer. We get our time back. So fill me in on this fund and how we can help make a difference.
Well, it's called Fund a Need, and it is a pledge that we're asking people to pledge to support all three of these ministries that I just talked about. And you can make the pledge, and you'll have a year to make it. It's $600. The pledge is $600. Mm-hmm. And CJ, that's $1.67 a day.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's
Starbucks coffee, just black, nothing in it. It's $2.95.
They're going to put a Wells Fargo line there, so you can refinance your house before you pay your bill at Starbucks.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, it is again, it's called Fund a Need. You can pay it all at once. You can pay it once a month. Just call the office and pick up a card. It's called the Make a Difference Fund a Need, and you can participate by that. You will be supporting ministries of the St. John's youth, music, and multi-generational. So I invite everyone to do that. But these 8 chefs are going to come together and battle chocolate.
This is just the best part of it. I mean, seriously. So 7 to 9 p.m., 2 hours of dessert tasting, hors d'oeuvres, and all the fun there, too. Now, I'm nosy. What type of hors d'oeuvres are we going to have?
We're going to have, there's going to be a chocolate slider. I'm just saying.
That's really cool.
Chocolate slider. And we will have like cheeses and breads and so on and so forth, crackers. And so we got to have a little bit of savory in that chocolate because, we don't really want to live up to our word. So we want to make sure that there's a little bit of savory and it's not all chocolate. We certainly don't want people to die from chocolate.
Oh, folks, on November the 16th from 7 to 9 at St. John UCC, Faith Hall, 307 West Clay Street. Are there tables still available?
There's tickets still available.
But tables are all but said and done?
Tables are pretty much gone.
That's what I was wondering. Okay. But this is a really great thing. You can taste entries from local chefs and local restaurants that are around the Collinsville, Madison County area, Riverbend coverage area region. And are there any other events coming down the pipeline this year?
Well, not any that I could think of right now. We are having our bazaar, Christmas bazaar that's coming up. I think it's in 2 weeks, but I'm not quite sure about the date of that. But that's coming up.
And just wanted to make sure people can kind of mark their calendars mentally for that and stay up to date on that too. And at this time in the year too, how does St. John's really start to focus on Christmas season? Because I always think that's fascinating to see how every church kind of starts to shift, in the ways of community service and their programs and how they alter. You guys at that point yet?
Yes, we are. And, we started that, I think, in September. Our choir director said, we got to start practicing Christmas songs and getting ready for this Christmas program. So we are doing that. We are, when the Christmas Bazaar is going on, we are going to be singing, I want to say that Sunday morning, whenever they are doing the bazaar at that time. So, lots of things, and if you go and check our website out, you'll see all of the things that we're doing during this time of year. So just really, really excited about what we're doing at St. John's and how we are really, truly making a difference in the lives of the people in Collinsville.
I have a hard-hitting last question for you about these judges. Have they tasted these specific restaurants' chocolate before?
They have, some have, and some have not.
Okay, so that's the outlier there. So
some have not.
It balances out then. The have and have-nots balance each other out here.
Most of them have not.
That's good. Okay. All right.
So, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. This is incredible. And are you going to be a judge?
I am not going to be a judge.
I'm
going to be indulging in chocolate.
Now, what's your favorite type of chocolate? Is it like I used to be a complete 100% dark chocolate, the bar chocolate person, but now I am just more of just a regular milk.
I like milk chocolate.
Yeah, that's kind of how I am.
I'm just all into milk chocolate. A lot of people like dark chocolate, and I just don't think it tastes as good as milk chocolate. I think it's more sweetness in the milk than the dark chocolate.
Oh, wow. Loretta, I just love talking to you. Thanks for making this work. Anytime you want to come back on, the floor is always yours, Senator.
Well, we always appreciate what the RiverBender do for the community, not just for St. John's or the Girl Scouts or whatever, but for the community. We really, really, really do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
10:10's the time on this Thursday morning. We'll take a quick break. More Daily Show. We'll hit you in the nose right after this on RiverBender.com.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
Get paid to go solar. We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
What a morning here at the Riverbender building. 10:13, a little bit of change. Welcome back. Daily Show hitting you in the nose here. Going to be talking to Deborah here in a couple of minutes. She's running a tad behind, and that's A-okay on this Thursday morning. I'm excited. So, I mean, I just this year kind of calming down and all of that that good stuff. I'm excited to kind of just get back to normal and focus on the show a little bit, you know, and because what I mean by that is there's people always think they can start a pod, like, you know how many people have tried to start a show in the last 3 years. It's amazing all the time. And it's like people go, I used to get like not angry, but kind of like annoyed going, now I got to do, you know, even better and compete. No, because then once you realize all that a show takes and the sponsors and the behind the scenes stuff, you know what I'm saying? So with all the live shows, you're constantly going. But this time I really got lucky and have a couple of weeks of slowdown time to really hone in, and I'm really excited about it. But Deborah's going to be joining us in a couple of minutes. But at 10:15, as the vibrant hues of autumn unfold and the temperatures begin to drop, pet owners, it's time to... What happened on my microphone? Hold on here. Sucker fell on me. Pet owners, it's time to start to adapt, to the unique challenges and considerations that cooler weather can bring to ensure their furry companions remain happy and healthy. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're going to be talking about. As the days shorten, it's time to adjust outdoor activities. Pet owners may find themselves spending more time outdoors with their pets as the weather cools. However, it's essential to adjust your outdoor activities to accommodate the changing weather. So, maybe going for a 2-hour walk won't be the best when it's 45 degrees. While many pets enjoy the brisk air, not all animals handle cooler temperatures the same way. Breeds with thinner coats like greyhounds and chihuahuas may need sweaters or jackets for outdoor outings. Conversely, thicker coat breeds, such as huskies and malamutes, may thrive in cooler weather but still require monitoring to prevent overheating during vigorous play. It's time to shorten the walks up. As the temperatures drop, your pet's tolerance for long walks may also drop as well. Consider shortening your walks and allowing for more frequent bathroom breaks. Pay attention to your pet's body language. If they seem to be shivering or reluctant to walk, it's best to head back indoors. And now, safety first during fall. Fall is a beautiful time for outdoor adventures, but safety should always come first. Listen, especially in North Alton and especially at Riverbend area like Woods River and Edwardsville, when you walk your dogs, it might be best to, if you're walking them or her when you get home from work, put a reflective vest on. So, the headlights can flash, and if it gets dark too fast before you get home, you still have some good visibility. So it's time to check for hazards on your walk. You heard Rusty Wheat and I talk about this. I am really disappointed in the broken glass that's on the roads. With the arrival of fall, additional hazards may appear. Fallen leaves can hide potential dangers like sharp sticks or broken glass. Additionally, the presence of mushrooms can pose a risk. Some are toxic, so be careful. Keep a watchful eye on your pet's surroundings. Be cautious for wildlife. My dog is going nuts over these 2 groundhog. And by the way, before I go further, we're getting ready to talk to Deborah. I am having a groundhog crisis. Like a DEFCON 5 groundhog crisis, okay? And I'm not trying to accuse anybody because I think sometimes my neighbors watch, so I'm not mad about it, but the groundhogs are cute and they're fluffy, and yeah, they look cute when they stick their little hands up in the air like this, and all that. They're tearing up my ground. My yard is vigorously sinking, like just getting some valleys in there. So what do you do to get rid of groundhogs? Do I call a Treehouse Wildlife? Because I don't think animal control in Alton's going to touch them. But I don't want to hurt them. I don't want to kill the damn thing. There's 2 of them and they're huge. I mean, my dog goes crazy over these damn things. And the thing is that my dog could get his butt kicked by these groundhogs. So it's amazing. So what do? Do you have a cage? Do you just trap them with and you take them to like Gordon Moore or not? Probably not Gordon. I shouldn't say that out loud just because groundhogs are invasive. But you take them to like a park or a wooded area and release them there. Like, what is the proper release technique when it comes to groundhogs? You let me know, because these 2 things are massive. They're definitely blue chippers. So, as fall approaches, many pets begin to shed, and that's whenever your nose starts getting those weird little hairs in there. Oh man. Regular brushing not only helps manage the shedding, but also reduces the amount of fur that accumulates in your home. Additional brushing can help detect any skin irritations or parasites that may be hiding under the fur. You can visit a professional groomer for a seasonal trim or bath. A good grooming session can remove dead hair and dander, keeping your pet's coat healthy and shiny. Groomers can also check for skin issues that arise as the weather changes. With cooler weather, your pet might not drink as much water, so ensure the water's always available, and consider incorporating wet food to their diet to help stay hydrated. And we'll have more for you on this in the next couple of days as we have time to kill, but we'll do this. 10:19, we'll take a quick break. More Daily Show hits you next.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof, because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready? Future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
And I wonder why the little things you find they coming true. Oh, telephone line, give me some time. I'm living in twilight.
Welcome back. Daily Show hitting you on this 14th day of November. We're still waiting for the Madison County Mental Health Board and Deborah and company as they're coming down the stairs. And while we're waiting for the gang to join us, before we take a quick break, we'll take a quick break and then we'll start the interview. We'll take a quick break first. But while I have you, there's going to be a busy day coming down the pipeline today. A major press conference is going to be taking place this afternoon, so stay tuned to RiverBender.com. 10:23 is the time. We'll come back with more Daily Show right after this Thursday morning.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready? Future rocket scientist, we have liftoff, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. Oh, wow. 10:26, sorry. Welcome back. We had an interesting setup to get to this damn interview, but we're here now. Tony, Deborah, how are we doing today?
I'm doing great.
I'm good now. I'm in the right room.
Well, how was Sweet 200?
Sweet 200 was very quiet.
Did you see so the team's working hard then? That's where our
Yes.
news team works.
They're very quiet.
Good. Good job. I hope they're up there. No. So you sent me an email a couple weeks, Deborah, about the meet and greet coming down the pipeline, and this is really cool. So a couple of years ago, I feel like the Partnership for Drug-Free Communities, I saw flyers and signage, or at least heard of it every month at least, or something. And a couple years go by, and not really as around as I used to see, but it's still around, and we need some more members.
Exactly, and that's part of our reason for being here. That's really behind the meet and greet. The partnership's been in existence since 2006, and like you said,
hasn't been that long.
Yeah, it's been a long time. And again, as I was sharing, it was very thriving membership. Over 140 individuals. When you went to meetings, you'd had to fight for a seat. Yes. And now, like I said, and I keep saying, I don't want to blame COVID for everything, but COVID
No,
did
this is a
change
COVID
things.
blamer. Yeah.
And things just stopped. And so now this is we're kind of waning and trying to bring in new people, new membership, grow the partnership back to where it was in previous years.
Well, and it needs to be, especially now too. I feel like the more that we can talk about keeping communities drug free, but also to talk about drugs in a way that don't make it that forbidden fruit, but educate, because I think the forbidden fruit method has not worked at all.
At all.
And I'm not, and I get it. Some people think that program works very well. I just don't see the results. And I think that what I always kind of garnered out of the Drug Free Communities Partnership is the fact that it wasn't don't do this and holding things high. It was information. And I think information is the best way to combat this type of problem. I don't know. Am I onto something here?
Absolutely.
I really do mean that. Yeah.
Totally agree. I think awareness and again, having the community know. I mean, there's a lot of providers that are at the table, a lot of good work being done here to work on substance use prevention, but awareness, and then what you said, education. And usually every meeting there's some educational component. Somebody's presenting on a service or program, so that everyone around the table knows what are the available resources in our community to prevent substance use.
Well, and honestly, I really think that it's so important, because anyone that says that substance abuse and use has not affected their family, I think is maybe just trying not to be as accurate as they like, because the statistics don't lie. Every family at this point in time has had or will have somebody who is going through the battle of a lifetime, and to know about resources that are available, and also to know about programs that maybe could help prevent or just help in general a situation is really good.
And so this meet and greet, what is it going to be about? What's the overview or the flow of the event? Is it going to be a way for folks to learn about ways they can join the organization and just the mission about it too?
So part of it, we look at being more informal. We say meet and greet. We just want to meet the community people that attend, and we're looking at 12 sectors of invites, and I don't know that I can name them all, but we're inviting businesses, civic and volunteers, state and local government, obviously providers of services, youth providers, substance use providers, media, law enforcement, schools, youth themselves, which we probably won't have youth because it's 10 in the morning, but parents. So really looking at the broader community and stakeholders that, again, there is something in it for all of those stakeholders.
Well, and there really is. And I think the parents portion is so important too, because, kids are great to have learn about this and be a part of the coalition, but life happens too to children, and things happen, and the things that maybe you are committed to aren't what you're committed to as you start to develop into adulthood. But to have parents really know about ways to maybe spot something, ways to kind of go about addressing the issue that could maybe prevent a split of a family, a split of a relationship, or the deterioration of an individual too.
And that's kind of what the meet and greet is about, is remembering that we need all of those people at the table, not just a few of them. You may not realize that the partnership was around since 2006 because it was known by a different name. It was in 2016, it was a culmination of two different groups that joined together. One was the Drug Free Coalition of Madison County, and the other one was the Madison County Heroin Task Force.
Okay.
And they joined together in 2016 and became the partnership.
Interesting, and I think that's it. Well, that's great to know too.
Yes.
Do you think the partnership helps when they join together to kind of create something bigger?
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was started in 2016 and really grew really big, like Debbie said. We had 140 members, and every meeting you went to, there was at least 50 or 60 people around the table. For me personally, I am not from Madison County.
Really? Where are you from?
I am from Bond County.
Oh, okay.
A neighboring county, very tiny county. But I had a son. I was that parent. I had a son who had a heroin addiction. And I heard in 2018 about this group called the Partnership for Drug-Free Communities by accident. Someone I knew was their speaker that month, and she said, hey, you should come check this out. And so I went to a meeting in the spring of 2018. And let me tell you, I wanted to get out of that room because they went around the room, and yes, there's 40 or 50 people there. Yeah. Every single person was the DEA or treatment center.
Yes.
Everybody had all these initials under their names, and I was like, how can I get out of this room? I don't belong here.
Right.
And when they got to me, who are you? And I said, I'm Tony Randall, the mother of a heroin addict who's active right now, and I'm just looking for help, and I'm not even from this county. And I was very welcomed, arms open, hugging, and please come back. Yours is the voice we miss. So I kind of became the voice of the parents, and I encourage anybody, parent, loved one who's struggling, to come out and see what the partnership is doing. For me, I was able to then take that work back to Bond County, and I now work as the coordinator on a ROSC grant in Bond County that came through the connections that I made at the partnership.
That is incredible.
Yes.
And, that's something that I think there's no better testimonial, because I feel like there's so many mothers that were in your same shoes. It's, you want to get help for your son, but you also don't want to be the reason that maybe either starts to be attention turned on him if you're in a room full of a state's attorney or, sheriff's officers and all that. And it's like, holy hell, please do not drive behind my son today on your route, on your shift. But take me through what it felt like to really gain that knowledge. Did it help everything?
Oh, it helped immensely. I continued. let me rephrase that.
Okay.
It helped immensely in bringing services to the county that I live in. Those connections that I made and the people that I met, I continued to go every single month. And every single month I would say, I'm the mother of a heroin addict and I'm not even from this county, but I need what you have. I need what you have. Unfortunately, I lost my son in May of 2019, about a year after I had joined the partnership. But that didn't change the fact that we needed what they had. And so a month after I lost him, I came back to the next meeting.
Wow.
And sat at the table and said, now I'm the mother of someone who lost a child at 21 years old to a heroin overdose or fentanyl overdose.
Well, I think that's so, and I'm so sorry to hear that, but it's so important for parents to know too, because I think sometimes when you hear of organizations and groups, it's all, sometimes the deception is that, or perception is folks think, oh, this is somebody that's in a nice, outfit today, and they just went, to Joseph A. Banks, and now they're going to tell me what statistics are going to help me. But they don't understand that with this group, I mean, it's lived individuals.
Yes.
You're talking to a mother that you could potentially be in that same role as within a year. And to have that realness to it, I think is why there's success in this, because you can't have success without authenticity and really lived experience.
Absolutely. So I continued on then with the partnership.
Wow.
And as she said, COVID really hit hard. And
not to cut you off, but in a couple of facets.
Oh, yes.
I mean, during COVID, the opioid deaths went, in overdoses. It was just in all the wrong ways, incredible to see this. I mean, the chart, you're looking at it, just spikes tremendously during the pandemic. And not only just that, but suicide rates and all that sometimes were aided to because of the influence of substances and different things. I mean, and so I hope that you guys get back to that, because there's so much work to be done since the pandemic that I'm sure you guys are ready to just start chomping at the bit, and probably already have.
And as I said, part of the meet and greet will be informal, just networking and sharing. But then there will be a part that we're actually going to have some conversational type discussions on what do you see as the issues that we're facing in Madison County, and how do we engage you to be at the table? What are the barriers that you're experiencing if you want to be a part of this, so that we can get the full scope as to not just say, here, we want you, but how do we make it so that you can be a part of what we do?
Absolutely. And, I encourage anybody that, and I kind of just look at things and like to get data, but, the Illinois Department of Public Health has a really good information on up until 2022 for the public, but I'm sure there's others data sets out there just about the types of overdoses, fatal, non-fatal, but also what I think is so important too for parents to know that, fentanyl isn't just in heroin, and I tell people this all the time, and that's why I promote dispensaries over anything else, because these kids get these what they think are marijuana pens, and they have fentanyl in them, and they're losing body parts, they're dying. And it's not because they're a heroin addict, it's because they're a teenager that wants to smoke a little bit of pot, and that's what they think, and it's just not the case.
And you're correct. During COVID, I think about 2021, we had our highest spike in Madison County of overdose deaths. That's all drugs, 116 deaths. Oh my. And I mean, that's one of the Mental Health Board's strategic plan. One of our primary goals is to work on substance use prevention. And so we fund a number of organizations to do a variety. Part of it with people with lived experience that are coming in being recovery coaches. But the good news is it is trending down.
Good.
Year to date, now we have November and December to go, we're at 62 overdose deaths from 116. So we still have some numbers out there. So it may still be a little bit higher, but it is trending down each year. It was 96 the following year. So I think this work is so relevant and important, so that if we can help these trend down by, again, being together and addressing those priority or those big issues that we get around. You mentioned dispensers, and Narcan has been distributed so widely in this county.
I bet.
And now they've even got little dispensers that are free. You can go up and hit it, and they're trying to get them located throughout the county. So it's accessible. So anybody that has a family member that's struggling, or not even necessarily a family member, work wherever, having that available, it saves lives.
Well, it does. And what I was meaning about the dispensary portion of it is because people kind of ask me why, I promote dispensaries. And the reason I do is because some people think that these products they're getting off the street are the products that they're getting. And it's not. I mean, these concentrate pens are full of junk and sometimes fentanyl. And that's why just going into that with the Narcan kind of conversation is these kids are dying of fentanyl that think that they're just using cannabis.
Right, it's laced and
or the pills.
Oh yes,
the pill presses.
That's
that
even
are
worse.
Coming out of
even
Mexico,
worse.
And they're coming in these pretty little pink and orange and green and yellow colors, and they're out on the street, and they're supposed to be fun pills, but they've got fentanyl in them, and kids die who've never ever used drugs before in their life.
Well, and see where we're at in this country geographically, I think makes our case so much more unique because so many times when I've had human trafficking experts on this show and different folks. I mean, there's a reason our region's a hotbed for a lot of this, and that's because of just the transportation channel that this middle of the country provides. And I'm sure it's no different with drugs. Am I right about that?
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, and now with this too, what are people going to be able to kind of take away, do you think, from this meet and greet? Do you think that they're going to be able to gain some knowledge, and also is there a chance to sign up and maybe join right then and there?
Yeah, we're taking down, we've got a list of the registration. We've got email addresses, so we will do further outreach. And again, we'll be talking to them about the meeting during the meeting. There's going to be very brief. Like I said, we want it to be as informal as possible, but there will be kind of an introduction, a welcome, and a little bit of why we're here and how they can play a role in that. And then certainly talk to them while they're there and try to engage them, invite them to come to our next meeting. And we're strategizing on our next meeting because we want it to be a blowout meeting. So when they come, they really feel like, hey, this is something really important that I learned today, that there's a takeaway, and that will encourage them to continue and follow along with us.
And because we're going to take a break and come back with more. But I think, Tony, too, you hit on something that was so important is just all these backgrounds. I mean, some groups only have, professionals, but when you have all this uniqueness to it, there's so much more that you can talk about and accomplish. And not only have a group there, honestly, in a way, group therapy session for some that are going, to talk about things that they're experiencing and how to handle it, but also to really achieve change, because you can't do it with just a certain group of demographic. Doesn't matter I'm not talking color or anything, I'm talking just job and position in society, because if you have a bunch of, bureaucrats in a room, well, you aren't going to get that real lived experience of, my son, my daughter, myself, all of these different scenarios that could pop up that this group really elevates too in those discussions and thoughts.
We would love to see some of the people show up at the meet and greet who don't think this applies to them.
Call into this damn show if you don't think this applies. And I mean that because...
business owners. Yeah. This doesn't apply to me. I'm a business owner. Why should I go to the meet and greet?
Because...
Show up and find out.
And that's a whole nother thing, too, because that brings up a whole nother can of worms, Tony, because so many times, and I've had conversations with business owners out the wazoo lately about... the problem that is in Alton and other areas, and not just Alton, but in other areas too, where there's individuals that are, not saying this mean, but obviously experiencing substance use and abuse, and they are maybe disrupting the flow of business sometimes. And it's, how do I handle this? What is the proper protocol here? How can I help this individual? And those things really are important. So go ahead and say you don't need this.
Say you don't need it and come. And get a little education.
Right.
And if you keep coming to the meetings, you're going to get educated at every single meeting. We have speakers at every meeting. You're going to learn a little something every time.
Before we take a quick break too, there was a woman I had on, and I hope it's still going well, but she had this beautiful idea about doing a memorial park for the individuals that died of a drug overdose in Madison County. And it's just, we're in the middle part of November. We're 2 weeks away from Thanksgiving. We're a month and a half away from Christmas. And, to the people that are listening to this right now and going, oh, I don't need to hear this because that's, that own individual's choice. Well, yes and no, because you can be informed and educated, because whenever you're walking down the grocery store aisle and maybe see that upset family, you have a little bit more of an understanding, number one, about, why their Christmas is a little more glum, because this does affect families. I mean, it's affecting families all over the region. It's not just Illinois, it's Missouri, it's across the country, and it's terrible. I mean, there's empty seats.
And when we talk about youth, it could take one time using it and
You're
you're
dead.
addicted, or you're addicted too.
Yes.
If you're not dead, you're addicted, and that becomes a brain issue, and then it continues on. I might try it, and I will never go that path because it's not something that works in my brain that way.
Right.
So it's really important that we recognize that again.
Absolutely.
That individuals recognize that.
10:44, a little bit of change. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more about this great meet and greet coming down the pipeline. December the 4th, Wednesday, from 10 to noon at the RP Lumber Center, 6289 Tiger Drive in Edwardsville. More Daily Show after this.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Lennox system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
10:47, welcome back. This meet and greet where you can learn all about the Partnership for Drug-Free Communities, providing insight on addressing substance use and local drug trends that continue to happen throughout the Madison, St. Clair, and other Illinois counties here in the St. Louis, Illinois Metro East. Food, refreshments, and an ugly sweater contest. So now that we talked a little bit about some of the great topics and some of the great work that the group does, let's talk about this event and how we can have fun, shall we?
Yeah, sure. Like I said, you said the ugly sweater contest. We wanted to mix because it's holiday season. So
right.
We thought that, again, might engage some people to come out.
You know what
and
happens,
share some
though?
spirit.
You know what's the worst thing ever is whenever you wear like something your grandma or your aunt got you, and for your ugly sweater, and then you go home and say you won the ugly sweater competition with it on. God dang, that's a rough Christmas. That's a rough one.
So we'll have some prizes for that, and then we'll just have some attendance prizes. We ordered some food from Brown Bag Bistro.
Okay,
so
that's what you lead with next
some
time.
charcuterie trays, some non-alcoholic beverages.
Yeah, good point. Good disclaimer. I'm nosy. What are the prizes?
Well, the first one's a Starbucks gift card, and then there's a couple of other treat boxes that have one's bigger than the other. So we have a first place, second, and third place.
Really cool. This is awesome, and I love the title of this, New Beginnings, too, and it really does tie in well with the theme of the partnership and the coalition. What's your goal for membership by the end of the next couple of months? Do you have a goal set in mind for how many you'd like to see?
I don't know if we have an exact goal. We had a meeting yesterday and we were talking. We're going to have a QR code there that you can just scan on your phone and type in your information and join the partnership that way very quickly. And we were like, if we had 40 people who did that, we would be excited. So if that day we had 40 people sign up, we'd be happy.
Well, here's what we're going to do too. I'm going to blow the hell out of this event, and we're going to promote it. We're going to write this up because I really think it's so important, and especially too because, like I said, there's so many folks that reach out with organizations, and I think they're great. But I love the realness of this and the real lifeness to it because, Tony, I'm being dead serious with you. I'd much rather listen to someone with lived experience than somebody who has, maybe just studied this field for a little bit, because there's just something that does that for me personally, that really I think would drag the community in so much more to embrace this. Deborah, your thoughts?
Our next meeting, actually, one of our conversations, we have a strategic planning work group is what she's referring to for the partnership. And one of the things we talked about was having that January meeting have someone who's like gone through our drug court and is on the other side.
What Judge Knapp has done
moving
with that drug court too, because I've seen some stories about that and just seeing some of the people she's worked with too, and other judges as well. It's not just her, but just amazing to see that.
So I haven't had a chance to tell the work group yet, but I talked to Mike Wilkerson. He's the coordinator of the problem-solving courts for Madison County.
Okay.
He has an individual. He's got to talk to a few people, but he has an individual that's been through the whole process, gone through drug court, and now is on the other side and feels like they're very articulate that could come and do a presentation for us for our next January meeting.
How incredible.
So,
well, and I don't know if this is discussed at all too, but one of the biggest things I did this year with the show was I partnered up with Senator Stone, and for every month we came on and talked about a new program, a new way that they're helping with substance use disorder treatments and the paths there are. And I think so much of it is just maybe you don't know until you know, or you need to know, where you're Googling whenever you know that your loved one or yourself's in crisis and you're trying to find out where you can go. But how important do you think, I don't want to say, I guess it would be preventative maintenance, in the case being that that Centerstone offers these crisis center navigation teams or these crisis stabilization units, and you can maybe call and see if they have one, or there's Chestnut or all these other places. Mm-hmm. How important is that preventative knowledge, is I think the proper term for the area and for families to know about?
Prevention is the answer. There's this analogy where you're fishing on the side of the river and somebody comes floating down the river and you pick them out and you save them. And next thing you know, here comes somebody else and you pick them out and you save them. And then they start coming faster and faster and you can't save them as fast as they're going back. What's the answer? The answer is go back where they're falling in the river.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Go back to where they're falling in the river.
It's true.
Because you can't stop it down here where you're picking them out. You have to stop it where they're falling in. So prevention's the answer to the problem.
100% over. And with that being said, getting back to the event, this is you're invited to New Beginnings, the Partnership for Drug-Free Communities holiday meet and greet, food, refreshments, ugly sweater contest. If you do bring something that someone bought you, I would take it off before you tell them that you won. You made it at home. That's how you won. So I wanted to talk about these 12 core sectors real quick too, because I see this on the sheet and I know that important information. So let's talk about these 12 core sectors. And I wanted to talk, Tony, before we let you go, about the executive committee a little bit more, and then we'll wrap this up in a nice bow.
Sure. Sounds good.
Who's talking 12 core sectors?
Well, I think we probably both could speak to that. Again, this is actually a model. The 12 sectors, SAMHSA, which is the Substance Use National Organization, they've kind of organized this as these are the people you need to have, the stakeholders you need to have at the table. You want this to be a total collaborative group but you also want it to be coordinated too. And
Yeah.
if Chestnut's doing this and Centerstone's doing this, as you said before, there's all these services, they need to be coordinated because one might be doing a warm handoff to the other, and they
Right.
need to know what this agency is doing as well as what they're doing at home.
Right.
So bringing everybody together in, like law enforcement, what role do they play in this? You know,
Not to cut you off real quick, no one realizes how great our law enforcement has been for mental health stuff lately. I mean, especially here in Alton, what Sacred Spaces of Care has done, and I tell this story all the time, and I don't say this lightheartedly. There was a man that was obviously going through a mental health crisis, and he had what appeared to be a firearm, and it really, it was like airsoft gun. It really wasn't a real gun. But how many other communities around the world you see on television that have that same scenario that ends 10 times worse? And I think it's just a big plug and just something to shout out to our area police departments, how much training they're doing to really address this as well, too, with great organizations that help, too.
Absolutely.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And again, just that was one example. But
Yeah.
each of these, if you look at them, schools, what's happening in the school? We know that it's happening in the school, and we know that state and local government. You look at the local government, look at our townships, our cities. What are they seeing? I've been around in city council meetings where business owners are talking that person's on my doorstep and they're using, and it's interfering with people coming in for business. So every one of these are impacted in some way, shape, or form. Even if they don't admit to it, it is affecting them as well.
Well, and honestly, I think that's what it's so important, that this is such a comprehensive group. It's not just a taste of what there is out there. It's literally a full stop of what all needs to be kind of encapsulated and talked about in order to really help achieve this problem. Because there's so many things that we talk about with preventing the spread of opioids and drugs and fentanyl, but we also have to make sure that our children are not seeing that forbidden apple anymore, but they're just understanding, a little bit more about what, these things do to you, and that's what I think is so important. Just going back to that, it's awareness. It's doing it in a way that doesn't criminalize the thought, and I think that because we're all human, everyone always thinks about those things when they're kids, because you see it, especially now on music videos, TV shows, movies, Snapchats, and everything else, that's the way that might be the fun way of life until you really go and you educate yourself and realize, oh my goodness, this is not what you want to do.
And if you ask people who struggle with substance use disorders as adults now, when was your first use? 80% of the people with substance use disorder will tell you their first substance was used at 12, 13, or 14.
I was getting ready to say there's no doubt in my mind. There is no doubt in my mind.
So even if we delay use until 21, the brain has completely changed.
Yes.
And it is not impacted the way a 12-year-old is impacted.
Well, right. And and so many times I think that's what frustrates me the most with that, because you'll see maybe court cases that come out and they go, oh, well, that individual, was they'll use the terms, drug addict or whatever for national television. But you're like, yeah, I get you're right. But you're also not thinking about the fact that this individual hasn't had a fully developed brain. It's completely altered because they were doing drugs since they were 12 years old because of X, Y, and Z. And there could be a myriad of reasons why. You don't know. And it's just so important to really, I think, just go full stop with this. And now with the executive committee, what's kind of the functionality? How do you guys operate?
We kind of lead the work of the partnership, decide what directions we're going in. We also have 4 work groups outside of the executive committee, which are the Education and Prevention Work Group, the Drug Endangered Children Work Group, Justice Focused Initiative, and the Strategic Planning Work Group. So we kind of oversee all of those work groups on top of lead the meetings, decide on the agendas. We meet once a month. This morning on the drive here, we met.
Where are you going? Where the hell is this kid's studio?
Exactly. While I'm on the phone having a work group meeting.
Well, and that's, oh man, we made this work. Deborah, before I let you go, what's the best way to get all the information about this wonderful organization, this partnership, and this event?
Again, there is a flyer that's out. There's a QR code. There's a link. If you go to our website, we do have it posted on the Madison County Mental Health Board website. We have it posted
on the partnership's website. Yes,
Really
website
cool.
both. And so those would, if you do a search for either of those, you should be able to get our flyer, QR code, and register to attend. Even if you couldn't attend, you're welcome. I mean, if you don't get the registration, we would obviously
Come
prefer
anyway.
that because we wanted to count for food. But at this point, we're getting really close. So if anybody has a desire to come, just show up.
And if you see that flyer anywhere, please share it on your social media.
Absolutely, and keep growing this.
Yes.
We're out of time, but folks, as we were talking a little bit about substance use and just crisis in general, if you know of somebody that is experiencing suicidal issues or a crisis, 988 is the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, and that's been such a great addition. I saw some of the statistics on that, and that is just remarkable, the amount of workload that number has received since it's been established. Really just incredible.
And now Centerstone of Illinois is the hub for us now for 988, which
Just
brings it home to Madison County as
full
well.
circle.
And there is one last thing, and I don't have the number, but you can look it up. There is a website called Never Use Alone, and it has a phone number that you can call because most people who die of an overdose die alone.
You can call 877-696-1996. This is your overdose prevention lifeline. Never use alone. That's the main line, 877-696-1996. We're out of time today. We got a busy day, but we'll see you back here live at 9 tomorrow as we wrap up the week that was. Until then, just try your best as always to stay out of jail.